First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. Well, this defense for the Rams, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. You talk about this Rams defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. The Lions at 2-6 now on the year, and they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On the end around, here comes Williams. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The rookie from Oklahoma putting that one on target. And that'll earn his guys a 1st down. Now a first carry here for their running back. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They said hello to Big Way there with a loss of double-digit yards.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Hooker's going to throw it. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 11 yards there, a Lion first down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it. No, he didn't. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Brought down on the play by Kobe Turner. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Throwing. Hooker. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 22-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Hooker to throw it. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Point after here coming up. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2. The give, right side for Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Hooker now off play action. On the move to his left. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. But Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Second and 10. Looking to throw, Hooker. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Keep pushing the ball down the field.
And off to Gibbs, headed right here. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Here's Hooker. Finds Gibbs on a check down. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
Hooker from the gun on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll buy some time right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight, planted their feet, and forced the incompletion on 1st down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll set up to throw. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's going to have a Rams 1st down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams would extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, Charles, after the first quarter, it was just complete disaster for them. Everything has flipped. I mean, it's 180 degrees in the other direction now here in quarter 2.
Championship effort right there. How about them marching almost the length of the field, coming through on their final opportunity to get the win? This is one that this team will remember forever, as well as their fans.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. A final shot before break. Hooker going underneath. Gibbs has it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, if they score here, this one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. The partner is still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process. Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Now Hooker. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to route. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the 6th sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to go up top again. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Puka Nacua, 39 yards. And the Rams have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Lions, nothing. Joshua Carney to kick off for the Rams.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down, Lions on a pickup of 13. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Gibbs straight ahead. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Hooker. That is caught by Laporta. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Williams. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on third down.
It's fourth down.
Bates' kick is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage has switched to them.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and this is scooped up by the Lions. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hooker. Throw right sideline is complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Hand off now to Gibbs. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 55 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Going back to Gibbs on first down. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Another run for Gibbs here. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Gibbs will try and pick it up. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. Fourth down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Steps away to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, but he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. That one looks like he'll throw here. Under pressure, they got him again. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll look to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Throwing to start the drive. Hooker. Wright's got it.
He's across midfield.
And down to the 19-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Los Angeles, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire